What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are back with another episode of the Nick Beasley Show. And guys, real quick, if you haven't already, go to elephant-inc.store for the official Nick Beasley Show merchandise. Guys, we have hats, we have t-shirts, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed with any of them. My personal favorite is the blue one. I should have one coming in a few days. I'm very excited for this merch drop. Make sure, guys, you go check it out. It's only $15 for the merch. For the shirts, the hats I think are $25, but the blue shirts are my personal favorite. And guys, you all know a former co-host of mine that I'm hoping eventually we can get back into the swing of things. RJK Forever. He's been incredibly busy with everything going on in his life. He's killing it right now. But guys, we are here to talk about, as you guys see on the thumbnail, the disaster that ruined WrestleMania. And it's not even WrestleMania yet. Randy Orton is with Pat McAfee. Now, I am going to go on a tangent, so I will let you go first. Why? Please talk me off of the heel of just not giving a single flying fuck about WrestleMania anymore.
Okay, so when I saw that clip when Pat McAfee kicked Cody Rhodes in the family jewels, I was like, why? Out of all people to turn heel, out of Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
The guy that runs his own show on ESPN, the guy who is known to be a famous punter for the Colts, a guy that displayed heart against Gunther last year at Saturday night's main event, the guy who's actually a pretty good wrestler in the ring, this guy who is respected among every people, that's the guy that you turn heel? I never saw Pat McAfee as a heel ever. See him on College Game Day. See him on his own show, every day. Seeing him commentate. Out of all the freaking people to turn heel, Pat McAfee, are you kidding me?
I've blocked him, by the way, on Twitter.
And here's the thing. Pat McAfee has nothing to do with the story.
Thank you.
This is the problem that a lot of people have been talking about with WWE. And I hate to say this. Gunther and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Another problem that they have, there's no story to it.
Nope.
There's no reason that Gunther should be wrestling Seth Rollins. There's no story there. There's no reason for them to have a match. The reason why they're having a match is the original plans that was instilled in them got canceled. Gunther was supposed to wrestle Rey Mysterio, and Seth Rollins was supposed to wrestle Braun Breaker. But they're both hurt. So WWE just said, hey, their plans are out. Let's put them against each other.
Here's my thing. Real quick on Pat. I don't hate Pat McAfee the man. I got no problem with Pat McAfee. But here's my thing. You had Randy post a fucking video yesterday on the phone with somebody who was now revealed to be Pat McAfee. And at the end of that promo, when he said, I will see you in St. Louis, he looked at a picture of his grandfather and his father, which made everybody think it was going to be Cowboy Bob Orton. Now, I understand. I don't know if Cowboy Bob's in good health or not. I really don't. Here's my thing, Rodney. And this is where I need you to walk me off this cliff. When Randy turned heel on Cody and he cut that promo where he did not do the interview with Michael Cole, did he or did he not say the words, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not wrong because I watched the fucking promo. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Is that not the fucking phrase he said at the end of that promo?
Yeah, he
That
took
voice
it
my
from
mind.
Cody. Yeah, he took it from Cody. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I missed something in the world, but is Pat McAfee like a second or third or fourth generation superstar?
Hell no. He's known for football more than wrestling.
Thank you. It made no sense. And by the way, here's the thing. Okay, you couldn't do Cowboy Bob. Okay, cool, whatever. Honestly, I'm okay with him not being Cowboy Bob because he wouldn't have probably been able to get physical. They probably wouldn't have let him get hit.
Right.
Randy started the fucking promo by saying he was doing it for his family. He showed his family. He showed his wife, he showed his daughters, and he showed his sons. And I know people are going to say, well, that's his stepsons. He considers them his sons. If I'm not mistaken, he's adopted the boys. And if I'm also not mistaken, his oldest son is currently training to be a wrestler. So if you couldn't do his dad, have his son beat the piss out of Cody. At least it would make a little bit of sense of like, oh, this guy's a fourth generation future superstar. Instead, you go to Pat. And again, I got nothing against Pat McAfee. I really don't. I like Pat. I think he's fun and goofy and I enjoy his commentary. I do. I'm one of the minorities that actually like watching more of Pat McAfee instead of less of Pat McAfee. However, Pat's promo, I don't know if he was just told, hey, go out there and just say anything you want. I don't know if somebody wrote it for him. Dude, what the fuck was he talking about? 2 5'5" guys wrestling a 45-minute Iron Man match? Are you talking about fucking Daniel Bryan? Because that's the last time I remember that shit happening.
And they're both over 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken, Cody and Randy.
Yeah, well, Randy's like 6'5" and Cody's like 6'3".
So what the fuck? So what the fuck is Pat McAfee talking about? Like,
I don't know,
what?
but there's more. There's more. He said last week SmackDown was the lowest rating SmackDown of all time. That's not true. That's factually incorrect. The lowest rating SmackDown of all time is when Kofi got squashed by Brock. Hey, I'm just bringing it up because it's a fact in this.
No, not you. That's towards WWE for what the fuck they did with Kofi.
Here's what I want to know, because Dave Meltzer has said that this was a TKO decision. Whoever TKO had tell Triple H, let's bring in Pat McAfee. Why was it that guy beat, like, when Triple H goes to Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and says, guys, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be Pat McAfee. At that point, Randy and Cody should have found who I don't give a damn who it was, should have found whoever came up with that idea and literally beat them within an inch of their life. Here's what I love. Pat basically said everything that the IWC's been saying. That the shows haven't been great. That, the storylines haven't made sense. But he's being brought into a storyline. Dude, here's the other thing. Genuine. This was my hype for WrestleMania. I was more excited. Are you sitting down? Because it's going to shock you. I was more excited for Randy versus Cody than I was for Roman and Punk. And you know how I feel about Roman. You know how I feel about Roman. I love Roman Reigns.
Not anymore.
Yes, I've seen Roman and Punk. Randy Cody's never happened on this big of a stage. I know last year Seth was involved in the Roman, but we got a Roman and Punk feud with Seth's involvement a little bit until the big heel turn at Mania. That was essentially Roman and Punk for Heyman. Seth just weaseled his way in there. That's literally what that was.
Right. And that was a really good match. That was a good match.
Oh, that was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd watch it again. You know what I'm actually thinking? I may rewatch WrestleMania from last year and not watch WrestleMania this year.
I wouldn't do that because even though the booking has not been good for
They
WrestleMania
ruined the
this
main
year,
event match.
but I will say the matches that are on the card, some of them may be interesting. So I will say right off the bat, the matches that may be interesting, you got the 5-man Intercontinental Championship ladder match.
But by
That
the
might be
way, they
that
didn't
might
even
be
have qualifying. Here's the other thing. That's a whole. We'll get into that in a minute. They didn't even do the fucking qualifying matches. So after they announced who was in the match, like they premiered that episode of Main Event yesterday, and everybody was sitting there going on WWE's Twitter being like, "Y'all have already told us who's in the match." Like nobody's gonna watch. First of all, nobody watches the Main Event anyway, and secondly, you already told us the results of these matches. You didn't like book this as like, "Hey, these matches are qualifiers for an Intercontinental Championship match or a Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania." These, they're going to be on Main Event because we can't get TV time for them on Raw or SmackDown, which is not true. But I'm just, like, they didn't even try with that. And by the way, I didn't watch the matches, and not because I didn't know who was going to win, or because I knew who was going to win. It was because I don't watch Main Event anyway. Like I just don't. Dude, here's the thing: Liv and Stephanie's going to be fun. I'm sure that'll be a fun match.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see their styles clash because Stephanie's a bit stiffer than Liv.
Jade and Rhea is going to be stiff. I think
Jade
it's going
and
to be.
Rhea should main event. Jade and Rhea should be a main event match.
It's definitely going to be a hard-hitting championship match. Definitely.
I think it either opens night one or opens. It'll open one of. I think the women's title matches open the shows both nights, and then the main event matches will be the men's title matches.
Now let me say pause first because obviously involving the guys that are in the match. But for my AEW fans, y'all remember when it was formerly I forgot it. Well, Rusev now formerly known as Miro in AEW, and then one of my favorite wrestlers, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Are you
in
gonna
AEW.
go this with Brock and Oba?
Hold on. They were chanting Big Meat. Pause. The big meat of WrestleMania is obviously going to be Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. And just like what we were talking about a couple weeks ago, the right decision is Brock Lesnar to put over Oba because Brock Lesnar's time is coming up soon. He's getting older. He's not that far from being 50. So
I think SummerSlam's it.
So it's the right call, the right move, TKO to put Obafemi over because Obafemi to me, he screams world champion. He oozes world champion. There's no way someone like Obafemi is not championship material.
Yeah, here's the thing with that. And this is nothing against Oba. I love Obafemi. I've loved him since he debuted in NXT. I think he's a future world champion, bona fide. You just said something, and I caught it. TKO. I don't trust TKO. You know what? I want to see. I'm actually excited for this next season of WWE Unreal to come out, where they talk about the build for WrestleMania, because I want to see somebody punch Triple H in the face. Somebody in that meeting, when he brings up Pat McAfee's name, bro, by the way, also, Road Dogg, we're sorry. We did not appreciate you. You were trying to warn us, and we did not show you respect. Clearly, because, dude. Look, here's the thing. I'm not. Pat is a big name. He's a star. But bro, I think some people just figured something out. At WrestleMania, it's probably going to be LA Knight and the Usos versus the Vision and Speed. Which, by the way, that in itself is an entire mess. It makes no sense.
Why is it LA Knight in the world title picture like he should be?
Because they don't like him. I'm convinced that Triple H doesn't like him because he has hair.
Roman Reigns has hair.
Yeah, but Roman's also Samoan and could kill him.
CM Punk has hair.
Shout out her, boy. Hey, also, guys, go check out Herman Rogers' podcast. And, guys, the link that I just showed y'all to go get my merch, you can also go to that same link and get Herman Rogers merch as well. They have some awesome shirts. They have a shirt for Work, Play, Live, Ditch that is awesome. Shout out Herman Rogers. Love those guys. They've always supported me, and they've always supported Rodney, so much love to them. Dude, here's my... I can't... Where were we at? Because I saw the Herb comment come in, and I had to shout him out.
We were talking... You were talking about he doesn't like LA...
Oh, yeah. I don't think he likes LA Knight because LA Knight's cool and fun and has hair. But... And Roman could kill him with literally one punch.
Can't LA Knight whip his ass too?
I mean, if you think about it, everybody can because he's not supposed to be fighting because he has like a defibrillator or something in his chest because of his heart. But
his heart.
Yeah, but okay. I don't trust I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe. I hate that man. So I cannot believe I'm saying this.
Hate is a very strong word, but I can understand why.
Hold on. You didn't let me say who it was yet.
Oh.
I genuinely want Vince back. No, Rodney, hear me out. At least under Vince, the storylines made some type of sense. At least the ones involving your world fucking champions.
Yes and no. I agree and disagree at the same time.
He made some mistakes, but he never put Pat McAfee in the middle of a storyline between a fucking dream match that fans have wanted for years.
Yeah, but Brock Lesnar, a part-timer, main event WrestleMania, and take the world title out of guys out that were well-deserving.
Okay, guess what? It started under the Vince era, but Triple H continued it, and I love him to death. Roman was a fucking part-time champion.
Yeah, and he had Goldberg take the title off of Kevin Owens and R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
I said he made mistakes. We're not doubting he made mistakes.
How come Bobby... Hold on. Well, just a few more things. How come Bobby Lashley doesn't have more WWE title reigns? Now, I appreciate that Bobby Lashley won the WWE title twice. He should have more. Why did Kofi Kingston had to get squashed another 10 seconds when he lost the WWE fucking title?
I said the man made mistakes, but he never put Pat McAfee in a situation where fans are... Dude, Pat McAfee is the number one trending thing in wrestling right now, and none of it is good. None of it.
Don't forget.
People are blocking Pat McAfee on Twitter.
And don't forget, this same man, Vince McMahon. Now, the times are different. It is. But this is the same guy who tried to do a storyline when Stephanie McMahon was pregnant in real life, and he was going to be the dad.
I know what he did.
Yes.
But I still think the business wasn't at least at the time when Vince was in charge, TKO had nothing to do with storylines.
And also, Vince, and this is one good positive thing I would say about Vince. At least he wasn't, so what's the word? About ticket prices. He wasn't stingy. The ticket prices were not as high like it is now with TKO.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up because in Pat McAfee's promo, he brought up how WrestleMania still has tons of tickets available with Randy Orton on the... It's because you're charging us a fucking mortgage to go to a wrestling show.
And I will tell you
The only
this.
people that can afford it is fucking billionaires and celebrities.
I was like, when they first said that WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans, we had planned that we were going to go. But
yes.
when they said they're going to go back to Vegas, I said, nah, I'm good.
And by the way, I think, I'm not 100% sure. I think Mania is going to be in Atlanta in a couple years. Bro, I don't even know if I'm going to go to that. Because, hell, Atlanta's going to be expensive. Here's the thing. Now, I do believe they are canceling the one in Saudi because of some other stuff. Because of some other stuff going on out there. I don't know what it is. I'm not getting involved in that. It's something political.
Me too.
But I swear to God, if they do a third WrestleMania in Vegas,
I'm not watching it.
I may not watch this year. Here's the thing, bro. I planned on live streaming both nights of Mania. Remember, me and you had that conversation.
Yeah.
I may not even watch the damn show.
I might not even watch it either. And this may be the first WrestleMania in years that I don't watch it.
Here's the thing. The first WrestleMania I ever saw, and I didn't see it live, but I did see it, was WrestleMania 30 on DVD. At the time, my parents weren't going to pay the subscription for the WWE Network, which fair, because they didn't watch it. I did, but they bought me WrestleMania 30. They've also bought me every WrestleMania when they come out on DVD until I was able to get the network and Peacock for myself. I have not missed a live WrestleMania since Cody returned, or since Roman's been champion. And guess what? I don't give a fuck right now about WrestleMania. Like, I genuinely, you know what I might do WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday? Genuinely, you know what I might do?
What?
I might take me a nap. I'm serious, dude. I may, instead of me watching, and also, by the way, tomorrow, Stand and Deliver, which, by the way, this is something I'll give WWE credit for. They are putting it on YouTube for the US for free for one of their biggest NXT shows. I give them credit. You're not charging us to watch it. Do that with WrestleMania. Because nobody wants to pay the $30 to ESPN to watch that shit right now. Okay? And Pat McAfee, you want to talk about how the business isn't like the Attitude Era? That's because if it was like the Attitude Era, every fucking wrestler in that company, including yourself, would have a fucking lawsuit against them.
Yeah, if they tried to do the Attitude Era now, yeah, there would be so.
You think Netflix would allow them on their program if they had fucking, or USA Network or the fucking CW? Do you think they would allow the NXT talent to go? Hell no.
Puppies.
Oh, just don't. I like Jerry Lawler. Don't ruin him for me.
But still, bro, don't even get me started.
Disgusting. But like, dude,
yeah.
Here's my problem with this whole Randy Orton, Pat McAfee, Cody Rhodes thing. Nobody expected it to be packed. There was people that were like, it's going to be Kevin Owens, maybe. If Kevin was Kevin's. People thought Vince. People thought Bob. Bro, people thought Ted DiBiase Jr., which, by the way, as much of a piece of shit as he is,
right,
at least it would kind of make sense. He is a second-generation superstar. He knows Cody and Randy both because he was in Legacy with them. And by the way, he's already said that he's going to be in Vegas Mania weekend.
Another person, like, there are a couple more people that you probably could have had with Randy on that call. Besides the names that, we said. Some names, just the top of my head that you could have thrown in. Obviously, you could have thrown in, even though he's hosting, John Cena, because he did wrestle them when they were a part of Legacy.
And he's also wrestled both of them on his retirement tour.
You could have also had Batista. So just throwing names out there because Batista did wrestle Randy when he was a part
Hell,
of Legacy.
you know what? You know what was brought up tonight, which I actually didn't think about until it was brought up, but it would kind of have made sense. On Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon went out and like talked to Randy or talked to Cody. Shane McMahon.
Because he does have history with both of them. Because he
Like
did wrestle
Shane,
both Cody and Randy. So I see
Shane would
what you
make
did
the
there.
like it was right there. Stephanie helping. Think about the McMahon sibling rivalry that they had in like 2016 when they were competing Raw versus SmackDown, like that whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie McMahon versus Shane, and Shane is telling Randy what to do while Stephanie is telling Cody what to do. It would have made sense. Oh, and by the way, they are both legacy talent. Because both of them are third generation. Or better yet, how about his fucking mentor, who is there anyway because he runs the fucking show?
Triple H.
Who, by the way, did not like Cody at all when Randy was on his 09 run. Like, bro,
It would have
so many fucking options.
It would have, but here's the thing though. If Triple H would have done it, it would have been like the same old with Triple H. Oh, Triple H is trying to steal the spotlight. He's taking it away from Cody and Randy. So even though it would have made sense, it would have felt like he would have taken a spotlight away from the main event. So that's why
even better.
It wouldn't. It couldn't have been Triple H.
You know, it could have been even better. And I'm saying this is like better than Pact, which is probably anybody on the fucking roster. Paul Heyman. Think about this. Heyman has dealt with Cody at several WrestleManias. Heyman has dealt with Randy at several WrestleManias. What's Heyman doing right now, other than getting his ass beat by Seth? They could have had Heyman talking to Randy, getting that Viper, that heel out of Randy. Because Braun Breaker's not there. Bronson Reed's not there.
Hurt.
Brock is there, but really Brock's just there to be handed to Oba.
Yes.
Logan Paul and Austin Theory don't need Heyman in their corner because they have each other.
And they're now the tag team champions.
It still doesn't make sense to me that Gunther and Seth are like. I understand both of them didn't have plans, so just throw it together. But I need something on Monday. I need Gunther or Seth, either one, to come out and be like I need Gunther to say that he was a hired gun by Heyman to take Seth out. Like, I need something.
That would sort of make sense if we're having Gunther and Seth. That would make
it be for Seth's career. Don't have Seth lose, obviously.
Yeah, don't have Seth lose.
Because you can't, bro. You can't do Cena's retirement in December, then a few weeks later do AJ's, then at WrestleMania do Seth. Hell no, I'll lose my mind.
Because here's the thing, they were originally going to have Rey Mysterio retire at WrestleMania, but here's the thing, everybody fucking knows that Rey Mysterio has said he wants his final match against his son.
Rey's going to retire in a Mexico show, and it will be against Dominic. I don't think it'll be for AAA. It will be a WWE show. It'll probably be like you remember when The Shield did their final show? It'll be something similar to that. It'll be a network special.
And it's going to be mask versus hair. Yeah, it's going to be mask versus hair.
Rey's going to lose, and Dom's going to take the mask.
Yes.
Which, by the way, probably should have happened a couple years ago, but I get Rey still wanting to wrestle.
I will say this. If you don't have it as a Netflix special, I would say appropriately, depending on if it doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia next year, maybe you could have it. you can have it for WrestleMania because don't forget, they did wrestle at WrestleMania 39 a few years ago. So you could do it again at
They won
WrestleMania.
2 Mania matches though. They did WrestleMania 42 with that 6-man tag match that Jason Kelsey and Wayne Johnson got involved in.
And Rey Mysterio won again. So let's make it 3 times at WrestleMania. And this time, Dominic gets the win over his deadbeat dad. Wink, wink.
Well, hold on, he is a deadbeat. Wait a minute now. Okay, Dominic deserves better.
But no, I think that would be appropriate.
You get your son a BMW, and it's not even an M series, while all of his friends are driving a new Mercedes. You're hard.
I would be glad with a freaking BMW, bro, dude.
Bro, I know that's you know what's the craziest part? Like he's up there complaining about a BMW. I'm like, dude, I'd kill for a BMW. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
But that's like rich people problems. Dom,
right.
Like, the car you got me isn't good enough, but for all these peasant fans, it would have been.
Like, bro, like it's basically like it's like saying.
I think that match should have happened, the retirement match, at 39 or at 40. Dom is at a point right now where he's a tweener, but the fans are cheering him more than they're booing him.
Yes.
When they turned on Finn, people cheered. They didn't boo Dom. They cheered
because they respect him. Because they respect him, and we've seen that for multiple guys where, you know, at first you bulled the hell out of them, but then once they grow, but then once they grow on you, then you start to cheer them and respect them, and that's what's happening with Dom right now. A lot of people say, because I'm pretty sure you remember, they did not like Dominic Mysterio at first because it's like, oh, he's Rey Mysterio's son. You know, he didn't put the work in, blah, 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 blah. Yes. But once he started to grind, and remember, he lost weight too, because he was, I'm not going to say he was chubby, but he did have some weight on him at first. Then he lost the weight. You know, he started to differentiate himself away from Rey and then started to show some personality. That's when I think people start to grow to like and respect Dominic Mysterio.
You know where I think the switch was for Dom to go from being like Rey's son to major heel in the business? When he yelled at his mom to shut up and Rey hit him.
Yes.
Rey hitting him told the fans, hey, that may be my kid, but he's a fucking POS. And that switched everything for Dom.
Yes.
And then him getting with Rhea, too, when Rhea was a massive heel, that was huge because that was like Eddie in China.
Yeah.
And then him cheating on Rhea with Liv, just like Eddie did. He cheated on China.
When he had them 2 mamacitas in the shower. And fun fact,
Dom's got 2, bro. Actually, Dom's got 3 because he's got Liv, he's got Raquel, and he's got Roxanne. Poor JD McDonald's just being held out to dry. Nobody wants to hang out with him.
Damn Dominica, the mamacitas. Hey, I like that Latino heat.
And right there we're getting kicked off. But I think I just figured it out. So I mentioned when Randy turned heel on Cody got booed.
Yeah.
Cody has been booed every night until tonight. Tonight, the fans switched. They booed Pat McAfee. WWE brought in Pat because they knew fans would be so pissed that it wasn't Bob Orton or that it wasn't somebody that would actually make sense that they would boo Randy.
But here's the thing, you can't boo Randy Orton.
But you can boo Pat McAfee. Because fans are mad that it's Pat and not somebody that would, I don't know, make sense.
And Randy's at the point of his career that you really can't truly boo him because of what he's done for the business. Same as John Cena. They tried to turn him heel and people weren't booing him like they attended to because it's John freaking Cena.
Yeah, bro. Here's the thing, bro. I still think they messed up when they turned Randy heel and not Cody. Because they've been kind of building Cody to be this, like, it's going to sound corny as fuck because everybody's been saying it for the Homelander version of
Yes.
Cody. Like,
Yeah.
they've been building him up to be that kind of a dick. And then when the moment comes to, like, we're getting Randy and Cody, and Cody weaseled his way into a title match just to get to WrestleMania against Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, it's right there. Randy cost you the spot. You had to fight for the title because Randy hit you with an RKO and beat you. And they turn Randy heel?
It would have been a massive shock. And I think it would have been so much more impactful if Cody turned heel.
Yeah, bro, if Cody had turned heel, we wouldn't have needed the voices in Randy's head or somebody on the phone talking to Pat McAfee would have never even been, which he's not, but like I'm killing Pat, but I love Pat. I love Pat McAfee, but I really fucking hate what they did tonight.
Oh yeah.
Here's my bro. I said this, and I am dead serious. If Pat McAfee, and you know I can't stand Cody.
Yes.
If Pat McAfee cost Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship against Randy Orton at WrestleMania, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. And it will not be shock of like, oh, great, Randy's 15. I will be genuinely pissed. I want this to be a clean match. No outside interference.
Well, be prepared to be pissed because I have a bad feeling that
Here's the
WWE is going to
problem.
do that. They're
Here's
going to do
the
that.
problem. This was brought up, and you know what? It's going to happen, and they've had Jelly Roll involved in this already. They've had Pat McAfee now brought in. At WrestleMania Backlash, are you sitting down?
It's going to be a tag team match.
Cody and Jelly versus Pat and Randy. Now let me explain something. If the first PLE of Randy Orton's 15th world title run is that match, I quit. I will quit. You will never see me talk about. I will be the biggest AEW homer of all fucking time. I will fly to Jacksonville and personally hug Tony Khan. I will never. Every WWE video I have ever scrapped, all of it. TikTok, YouTube. I'll go through the whole damn Rolodex, deleting everything. I swear to God, if that's the match that we get between Cody and Randy after Randy wins, because I do think Randy's winning, especially after tonight. I swear to God. Oh my God.
Damn,
Where's
you got
SmackDown? Where's SmackDown next week?
Shit, you got my phone about to die, bro. God damn.
And put it on the damn charger, bro.
I can't move.
Done. I just, dude, oh my God. It makes no sense. Like it really
doesn't. It really does not at all. Not even 10% of it makes sense. Not just like with Sami Zayn and the United States title. Now I got a gripe about that. You got a gripe about Pat McAfee? I got a fucking gripe with fucking Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, nobody wants you in as the U.S. champion. Pat TKO, you had a prime time match in your fucking hands. Carmelo Hayes versus
They
Trick
ruined it.
Williams for the United States title at Wrestle fucking Mania. What the fuck did you do? You had Sami Zayn, undeserving ass, beat Carmelo Hayes last week. And I saw the promo that Carmelo Hayes said to Sami Zayn on X. They cheered him when they said that nobody wants Sami as the United States champion. Nobody asked for this. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams would have been a entertaining fucking match, especially with the history that they had on NXT.
You know what's
What
even worse?
What
They
the fuck?
they cut Melo's title reign 2 days short of being 100.
98 days. 98 days.
Here's the thing. I don't know how much dick of Triple H's that Sammy sucks, but clearly it's enough to get him in the title picture right before WrestleMania.
I loved Sami Zayn for a while, bro, but he's getting to the point. He is becoming an annoying ass dude, bro. He
You know what?
complains like crazy. Talk
You know
about
what?
he get the world title, bro.
Oh my God. You know who Sammy reminds me of? Like a little kid when you tell them, no, this isn't for you. Wait your turn. And he bitches about it. And they're like, wait your turn. And he cries more. And then finally they get tired of saying, wait your turn. Here, have it. Just go away. And then he wants to be the underdog from the. You're not a fucking underdog. Sammy.
You had your chance 2
Sammy.
years ago. You had your
Sammy.
chance.
You failed to capitalize on what the Samoan dynasty did for you.
He
You
made it at
ungrateful,
WrestleMania too.
ginger Canadian asshole. Go back to Canada and do not come back. Nobody likes you, your wife, or your nasty ass child. We didn't want you in our country. We don't care about you. Go cry about your fucking hockey team and get the hell off of our TV screens.
And the thing is that even though it was a tag team match, he main evented a WrestleMania. How many guys can say that? And won.
The first ever main event for a tag team title, by the way, had
Yes.
Sammy and Kevin versus the Usos. And I was happy for as much as I love the Usos, I was happy for Sammy and KO.
It made sense. It made sense at that time.
This doesn't make any sense. This sounds like Sammy went to Triple H and said, I want the title because I'm not from the United States, but I want the championship anyway because I have red hair and I'm a Canadian and I'm a little baby back bitch.
I'm about to lose my voice, so I'm going to say this about Sammy, and I'm fucking done because I am fucking pissed off what they did Carmelo. So you ended Gunther's 666 Intercontinental title reign 2 years ago at WrestleMania. You got that. That wasn't fucking enough for you? You had to fucking ruin Carmelo's chance of having an entertaining fucking match at WrestleMania?
I think Sammy's racist. I think Sammy might be racist.
WWE, the right fucking decision is to have a fucking triple threat match. And Trick Williams wins the U.S. title.
Or Melo wins it back. I'm fine either way. Just get it off Sammy.
Either way, yes.
You know what does make sense? Go to elephant-inc.store for official Nick Beasley Show merchandise. Guys, that makes all the sense in the world. WrestleMania does not make sense right now. However, going to that link and getting your Nick Beasley Show merchandise, t-shirts and hats available now makes perfect sense. Love you all for supporting me. Hopefully, this merch gets rolling, guys. And again, guys, this makes perfect sense. I know Sammy versus Trick doesn't. I know Randy and Cody with McAfee now involved makes no sense. And I know Triple H being a baby back bitch makes actually perfect sense as well. But go to elephant-inc.store for your official Nick Beasley Show merchandise. And while you're there, check out other creators like Roll Tide Nation, Herb Raj Podcast, and make sure to get merch from them as well. And also, guys, go check out everybody on the store. They all have incredible merchandise. And love y'all. Rodney, anything else you got to say before we get out of here? I had to get that last little bit in.
Fuck Sami Zayn.
All right. Well, I'm going to say fuck Pat McAfee. So, Pat McAfee has ruined my WrestleMania. He has ruined my night. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to follow our social media platform channels. Nick Beasley Show on Instagram. Nick Beasley Show on TikTok. Love y'all. Thank y'all. And we are out.